Welcome to the Truvisionaries 2026. Today I'm with Brian Hatcher. Brian, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Leo?
Yeah, I'm very well. All the better for seeing you, my friend. Congratulations on your nomination to the Truvisionaries.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, look, today we're going to ask you 3 rapid-fire questions that our audience are dying to hear the answer to. Can you tell us firstly how and why you got started in short-term rentals?
Yeah. I got started originally by house hacking, which is where you live in, one portion or unit of a house and then you rent out the other. And I think the almost obvious why there is because I was trying to live as cheaply as I possibly could right out of college. So that was what kind of got me started, not only just into like short-term rentals, but real estate. And then it was a long-term rental initially, but once I was able to switch it to short-term, never looked back. So that's initially how I really got into it. I didn't think that it was going to be a business. It was originally a side hustle thing, and you never know what the future holds.
Yeah, so many people started with the side hustle route, right? And then it became their mainstay. Excellent. And tell us what's the one thing that hosts are not doing you suspect that they should start doing today?
I think one thing that a lot more hosts could really be doing is paying closer attention to their pricing. I think that a lot of times we in our industry look at pricing as very reactionary. I know we have a few great people in our industry, revenue managers, shout out to especially to like Neil, someone who's out there doing a really good job sharing great stuff. But pricing is a very proactive thing. I've seen a lot of new revenue management companies pop up and things like that. But I think that pricing is one of maybe the hardest things to really get down for hosts and not just set a tool and forget it. And so I think that's something that people can dive in more and find some hidden revenue very quickly in the business.
I think that's really good advice. Like it's almost like if you get that right, the saving could help you scale and grow further quicker, right? It's so important, isn't it? Lovely. Tell us then, with the crystal ball out, looking into 2026 and beyond, where do you think the industry is heading?
I'm going to make a little bit of a bold prediction. I do think that we are going to start to see the dismantling of the short-term rental OTAs as we go on. And I think that it's most likely going to be due a lot to AI. I think that AI is going to enable a lot of things across the board, especially for hosts. It already is when it comes to direct booking, marketing, getting better data, information. And I think that with all of the changes that are already happening to the OTAs, a lot of people, hosts and guests, are kind of getting a little bit fed up. So I think that we're going to see some changes, and I think that we'll see less of OTAs and more of the individual hosts kind of rising up over the next year or so.
Very interesting. Okay, Brian, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.